The tradition of popping champagne at weddings is seen today as a symbol of celebration, happiness, and new beginnings. However, the roots of this tradition extend far beyond modern entertainment culture, reaching back hundreds of years to European aristocracy, social rituals, and even military victory ceremonies. When we look at the history of sparkling wines produced in the Champagne region, we can better understand how this symbolic act transformed into a global celebration ritual. Champagne production was historically closely linked to royal and noble culture. In the 17th and 18th centuries, sparkling wines were consumed mainly by aristocrats and royal families as symbols of luxury, power, and prestige. Champagne was not simply a beverage, it represented social hierarchy, important ceremonies, political gatherings, and royal celebrations often included champagne. Royal coronation ceremonies were frequently held in the city of Reims, where champagne consumption became part of the celebration culture. Over time, this helped permanently connect champagne with power, celebration, and official ceremonies. One of the most interesting origin points of champagne popping as a dramatic act dates back to the Napoleonic era. Soldiers celebrated victories by opening champagne bottles, sometimes using swords in a technique that symbolized dominance, power, and triumph. The dramatic opening itself became part of the celebration. Later, this ritual was adopted by aristocrats and wealthy elites. As European societies evolved, the meaning shifted from military victory celebrations to social celebrations like weddings, festivals, and major life achievements. There is also a scientific and psychological dimension to champagne popping. Champagne bottles contain very high internal pressure due to dissolved carbon dioxide gas. When opened, the cork releases with a loud pop, followed by foam overflow. Human brains are naturally wired to react to sudden sounds, movement, and dynamic visual effects. This sensory combination triggers excitement and emotional arousal, which is why champagne popping creates such a strong association with celebration moments. The sound alone can signal that something important and joyful is happening. Champagne popping at weddings became especially widespread during the 19th century. After the Industrial Revolution, the growing middle class gained access to luxury goods that were previously limited to aristocrats. Many families began copying noble traditions during weddings and celebrations. Champagne gradually shifted from being an exclusive royal drink to becoming a universal celebration symbol. Weddings, births, anniversaries, and New Year celebrations increasingly included champagne. In addition, champagne carried symbolic meanings related to fertility, abundance, and prosperity. In many old European cultures, overflowing liquids symbolized wealth and a continuous flow of fortune. The foam spilling from champagne bottles was interpreted as a positive sign of abundance and future prosperity. For newly married couples, this symbolism represented hopes for a prosperous family life, financial stability, and successful future generations. During the 20th century, cinema and global media played a major role in spreading this tradition worldwide. Celebration scenes in movies frequently showed champagne being popped during weddings, victories, or major success moments. As global media expanded, these images helped standardize champagne popping as a universal symbol of celebration across different cultures and continents. Another factor that strengthened the tradition was marketing and luxury branding. Champagne producers positioned their product as the ultimate celebration drink. Advertising campaigns connected champagne with success, romance, and achievement. This further reinforced the psychological association between champagne and life's most important milestones. Today, popping champagne at weddings carries multiple meanings at the same time, celebrating a new life chapter, wishing prosperity and abundance, symbolizing unity between families and communities, creating a dramatic and memorable celebration moment, continuing a historical cultural ritual. In the modern world, champagne is no longer reserved for royalty or aristocrats. It is accessible to millions of people. However, its symbolic meaning remains extremely strong. When champagne is popped at a wedding today, it is not just about opening a drink. It is about participating in a ritual shaped by centuries of history, culture, psychology, and social tradition. Perhaps the most fascinating truth is this: Popping champagne represents more than celebration. It reflects humanity's deep desire to mark important life moments with symbolic actions. And today, every champagne bottle opened at a wedding continues a cultural language of celebration that has traveled through history for hundreds of years, connecting past traditions with modern joy, hope, and new beginnings.